Wow.
I have never got romance until this book. Not the belt loops. Not the grabs the belt loops. Katie, don't be crazy. Katie, don't be crazy. That shit is hot. That is hot. Oh, whole fist in my mouth. And I was like, yes, daddy. Oh my God. This is about to get good, y'all. Hey, what's up? Hello. It's Katie Colson here. Welcome to, or welcome back to my channel. And I am here with very good news. Very good news. I read a book. I know. I'll wait. The standing ovation, it needs to die down. Like, I can do it with a broken heart. You know what I'm saying? I read this physically with my hands, with my eyeballs. I read this whole book, okay? Now, obviously, holding it up is going to spoil what I thought about it because look at that. That's crazy, okay? But you're going to have a good time watching this because I had a great time reading it. This is the second in the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. This is Heartless, and it is followed by this follows this. I should learn to when to stop talking. I'm not going to cut any of this out. You're welcome. I read Flawless. I gave it 3.5 stars. So we're going to be jumping into this. It is a cowboy romance. The only thing that you need to know is that I would say you can read these as standalones. You don't really need to read this one, but it's still good. I'm not saying not to read it. Anyway, all you need to know is it's set on a farm. It is a bunch of cowboys and it's 3 brothers, but then they also have friends that grew up on the farm with them in some way that are also their family and like their brother or their sister. Like there are people that would come and just spend the summer there, like their cousins, but they consider them family. So each book is following a different set of characters. In the first one, we had Summer and Rhett. And in this one, we are following Summer's best friend, Willa, and Rhett's older brother, Cade. Anyway, let's jump into it because I'm excited to start editing this because I want to see my reactions because I know I had a lot of them.
But then you turn your back on it, leaving me regretting this now. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Nicotine, tear me up, play with me. When you got nothing to do, you take me higher than an airplane. Insane, just to shoot me down again, like I mean nothing to you. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream.
Okay. I'm not even 50 pages in. Y'all were not wrong. Y'all were not wrong. It's like I'm kicking my little feet, but I'm also like, oh my God, did he just say, I had to get out the tabs because I was like, you're going to need more colors, girl. This blue isn't going to last. This isn't going to last. You need options. When y'all said this was better than Flawless, there was not a lie to be had. Not a single deceivery.
Can't see the reason of why I keep believing in you. I'm just holding on to somebody I know will never follow through. Oh.
My apologies. I started reading it at work, okay? And we were really slow. So I got like 40 pages into it and then only read like 8 pages before I made that Instagram story. And Sarah, from Sarah Without an H, was like, Riley, from Riley Marie, obviously, she was like, Riley and I are very invested and we need to know if you're vlogging or not. And I was like, you know, that's a really great, it's a really great point because I have actually not informed the camera about this at all. So I hope that you enjoyed that little story, you know, because that was the only thing I had. But let me tell you that I had to get another color tab. Look at that. Are you joking? Are you joking? I've tabbed so many things and I brought this light blue for just any kind of thing. And then the dark blue is like, you know? And I've already run out of the light blue. So I have to go in there and get some more. Love it. And also, the age gap in here, I thought was going to be weird because Cade, who is also a shemexy man, he's 38 and she's 25. And if you think like a 13-year age gap, that sounds really bad. But I think Elsie Silver picked the absolute perfect ages for them to pull it off. Because if he had been 40, then it would have seemed like he was like too old for her. And if she had been 23, she'd be too young for him. But they're in this like perfect middle ground of he is still like in his peak adulthood and she's just arrived to her peak adulthood. So like she's fully matured, frontal lobe fully intact, and he has not become crotchety, I guess. Well, I mean, he's grumpy, but he's not become like cynical and hardened to the world, you know? So it's actually perfect. When I tell you I love it, when I tell you this main character, both of them, yes. Yes. When she says, I said beg, we weren't even 50 pages in. We weren't even 50 pages in. Beg? What do you mean? This is why I love this. This is why I love this. It's because what I just said, one, is not a spoiler. It's in the first like 45 pages, but it's not even something sexual. It's just a conversation they're having. And she's basically like, beg for my forgiveness because you treated me like trash. And I'm like, oh my God, this is about to get good, y'all. I love it. And I also love that in his chapters, she has not thought about the age difference once. And I love that because she's not like, oh my God, he's older than me. Like she does not care at all. But he thinks about it a lot and is like, oh my God, I don't want to make her uncomfortable. Like, I'm being creepy. Like, I don't want to be like that old perv who's like looking at a younger girl, but like, damn, she's so hot. And I'm like, I love that because the insecurity, I mean, it's not insecurity. It's like a very well-placed insecurity fear because he's right. Like, he doesn't know what her thoughts are and stuff. And he's her boss is also what he keeps thinking. He's like, oh my God, I can't like have feelings for her because she's my employee basically. And that's like a dynamic of power imbalance. And I'm like, yes, Cade, we love you. We love you. Yes, she is the younger one and she's the employee. She has to be the one who makes it clear whether or not she wants to, how she wants to, when she wants to. And if you're going to tell anybody, that is on her. Not on her. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not on you. You don't get to do that. Does that make sense? But yeah, I am freaking loving it. And I'm definitely going to be reading more of it right now. And also hopefully on sprints later today.
Oh yeah, 'cause you got a way of making me feel like there's nothing that we can't do. But then you turn your back on it, leaving me regretting this now. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Nicotine, tell me you play with me when you got nothing to do.
So
you take me higher than an airplane, insane just to shoot me down again. Like I mean nothing to you. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Nicotine, tear me up, play with me when you've got nothing to do. You take me higher than an airplane, insane just to shoot me down again. Like I mean nothing to you. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Just just like nicotine. You take me higher than an airplane. It's all so insane.
I don't remember if I popped in at the 100-page mark or the 50-page mark. If it was 50, then I am on page 98 right now. If I popped in for the second update, this is all redundant. Anyway, I am absolutely loving it. Look at the tabs. Look at it. I had to add an additional color. Now, I'm trying to be chill, or at least as close as I can get to that word. So the electric blue is like, oh my God. And then the light blue is like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? One's bold and one's italics. I never thought about that. I wasn't even thinking about it just now. It just came out of my mouth. And now I'm like, wow, that was perfect. That was like a perfect example. That's probably what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to put as the tab index. Bold italics.
I am a super genius.
I'm a genius. That's all I have to say. Anyway, I am just got to chapter 10. I am doing reading sprints. So I did not read. Did I read anything yesterday? I can't remember. I'm doing reading sprints, and I said I would do like half reading, half editing. So I'm picking this back up on page 98 on Cade's chapter, and we are going to continue. I'm literally like, Flawless was good. Yeah. This? Flawless crawled so Heartless could run. That's what I have to say. That is the update.
There comes a time when I won't belong on these streets, in these crowds, in this room, in your eyes, and you no longer know.
Where am I? Where am I? What camera angle am I using? 164. I do not remember the last time I talked to you. I hope it was at the 150 mark. I'm not going to bet on it though. I am obsessed. I am obsessed. This is so good. Both the characters, Willa and Cade, are so freaking hot. They are so hot. I'm obsessed. I can't wait to get to the spoilery part at the end because I'm going to read you like every single blue tab. This is so fucking good. Literally the scene of at the kids' pool party, iconery. Literally, Willa, if she did not win you over, if you didn't fall in love with her in that scene, I don't think there's any hope for you. Like, you might as well be Mussolini. Like, she's literally perfect. Like, I'm obsessed with her and I'm obsessed with Cade. He's so hot. And I love that this is age gap, yeah. But it's the kind of age gap where we get both point of views. In this, in Willa's point of view, she never, ever thinks about the age gap. Never. Doesn't bother her, doesn't anything. The only time she's ever brought it up in her head is thinking, I tend to have a thing for older men. It's kind of been a problem throughout my life. But Cade is constantly thinking of it because he's like, I don't want to be a creep. I don't want to be like that weird like grandpa who's like hitting on a kid. And I love that because he is the one that should be worried about it, not her. You know, and obviously that's something that he's going to have to overcome and that they're going to have to talk about. But I like that because that is what he should be thinking. He shouldn't be like, oh, she's 15 years younger than me. That's so hot. No, he's like, she's hot. Oh, shit. Yeah, she's 15 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I have put so many tabs in the last few pages that they've just blurred together and you can't even tell. It just looks like one mega tab. And it's when they're in the hay bale. The hay bale? The game on, the hay bale, the backwards hat. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to get through so much of this today. I'm telling you right now, I will.
Yeehaw!
I am doing so good today at picking up every 50 pages. It's been once. It's been once, but that's pretty good. I am on page 206 because that is the beginning of chapter 18. And it's happened. It's happened. I have to have a third tab. I have to because I'm almost out of this light blue. We're like 2 pages away from the middle of the book. And I'm out of one of the 2 colors. What am I going to do? So I think I might have, this is the option. So I might have this blue still be for, you know what I'm saying? whole fist in my mouth. I should not say that on the internet. I should not say that on the internet. Anyway, and then the light blue and maybe like a really dark blue and something else. Maybe have 4. I'll definitely have 3, if not maybe 4. And the reason for that is that what I'm thinking is the dark blue for like, you know, and then maybe a color for, oh my God, that is so sweet. Because part of me is like, okay, I feel like if I have, oh my God, it's so sweet, I should have 2. I should have one for Luke, the little boy, and then one for Cade, the cowboy. And then maybe have one for miscellaneous. Because like say, there was a quote that she said that I was like, oh my God, I related to that so much. And it's him asking her like, do you like being a bartender? And she's basically like, not particularly, but I'm good at it. And she says, he says, oh, do you want to try something new? And she says, I don't know. New sounds scary. It sounds like failure. And then she says, I'm too intimidated to try something new and too scared of failure to commit to anything more than a string of short-term relationships in the same job I've had since I turned 18. That is so me. That's so me. In like not a good way, obviously, but yeah. So I have to go back. I'm loving it. I am loving it. And when I tell you, I've almost sold Kayla. I've come damn near sold her on this book. And she's like, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. I'm like, girl, what if you love it? What if you love it? Like, I don't know. It's feeling 5 stars. But yeah, I have to go back through and retab. And listen, I know that I started this journey going, Katie, don't be crazy. Katie, don't be crazy. Just use 2 colors. But I did not anticipate needing to tab this much. I did not anticipate that. So we have to go back to the drawing board and try to be as, the least amount of crazy that we could possibly be. But I will also say that in chapter 17, my favorite trope, my absolute favorite trope happens in chapter 17. It could have been better. It definitely could have been better. Because I knew it was going to happen because Charlie told me. And I was a little like let down. Like, not like, oh, it was bad, because it wasn't. And if I hadn't seen it coming, like, well, I don't even know if that. But it could have been done with more finesse. There could have been more angst. There could have been more, But still, really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Especially the end of the chapter. The stay. Deceased. Anyway, okay. I am going to try not to spend an inordinate amount of time figuring out the new tabbing system. But we all know me. And we all know I'm going to do it anyway.
You wanted to impress. Well, they're all watching now, so walk out the door. I'm not gonna last. I'll tell you now. Whatever I am, just leave it now. I'm not gonna try to lie, 'cause here I am now.
When I tell you, page 242, that shit is hot. That is hot. That is the hottest shit I've ever read. No, what's funny is that I'm absolutely going feral over this book, but I would literally rather be deceased than anybody do this to me or me do this to somebody else. Oh, ick. Disgusting. But love it for her. Love it for him. That's so hot. That's so hot. Oh my God. Literally I want to say it. I want to tell you. You're my friend, right? I want to talk to you about it, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Every time I have talked about this book with another booktuber, they're like, no. Every single time I'm like defending myself and I'm like, why is everybody acting like this isn't good when this is like, or acting like it sounds bad and they don't want to try it? And I'm like, this is one of the most loved books on the internet. Like, I get that I'm not in the romance side of the internet, but like, this is good. This is really good. Like, this is 5 stars. This is really good. I'm 242. I know for a fact that I'm going to bring this into work and I'm going to read these quotes out. And if it's going to be like an HR nightmare. It's an HR nightmare. Like, I love it. I love it. Okay, I have like 10 minutes before I have to go in, so I'm gonna read a little bit more and see how hard I scream in this parking garage. Damn. Ew! Okay. Now I'm getting a little uncomfortable. I'm getting a little asexually uncomfortable. Okay, never mind. It's hot again. Okay, Willie, you fucking go, bitch. You go. She showed up. She clocked into this shift. I'm gonna tell you that. The trick is enjoying giving them, and I love it. Why do these other bitches even try? Why do these other bitches even try? When Willa Grant exists, like, men, you're never gonna find a girl like that. Like, she's so hot. Like, I love her. Good for her. Good for her. Would never be me, but good for her. The power is mine right now. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Willa Grant. Take it. Step on him. Step on me. She is so hot. If he thinks this is a one-time thing, he's confused. I have to go into my literal job right now. I have to go to my job with like a straight face? I think not. Like, oh my, Elsie Silver, if I get fired, it's because of you. Yeehaw! Ladies and gentlemen, I am at the 300-page mark. Technically 306, but listen, it's the beginning of a chapter. The last 50 pages have essentially just been a sex scene. And I don't mean like, oh, they're having like, oh, it's a lot of sex. I mean, it is, but like the sex scenes go on for so long. And like, I will give it to Elsie Silver that I'm not skipping anything. There's a couple things I wish I had not read. Liquids, let's not. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, and I don't want to hear it. Folds, I don't like that, but it's well written. Like, if I was into that, this would be great. I'm not, but all the banter and like the foreplay and stuff, fantastic. Like, anytime they say something, great. When they're describing things, I should probably be skimming because it's not for me. But it's really good. Now, I don't need the sex scenes to be this long because, asexual, aromantic, I've probably said it a bajillion times. But something I realized, sorry, I am going to keep this quick because my blood sugar is high and I need to jump on my walking pad while I read this, and I'm on sprints. Hi. I need to jump on my walking pad to help combat the coffee that I'm drinking. And anyway, blah, blah, blah. I said I was going to keep this short. The thing that I realized last night is that, see how many tabs there are? This is fucking crazy. And I realized that the reason there are so many tabs, whereas other books, I am very sparing with the tabs, is because in this, it's like if you had read like Ruth Ware or not Dan Brown, like Harlan Coben for your entire life, and then you picked up Gone Girl, and your brain was like broken. You're like, what do you mean this is what's out there? Like, this is what people are capable of writing mystery thrillers. So I've read romances, and there's been some that I've enjoyed. I have never got it like this. I have never got romance until this book. And I don't mean like, oh, every romance I read from now on is going to be like that. No, this, as far as I know, is the outlier. But I'm tabbing all of these things that I'm shocked that I really like. And that's, of course, what I would do if I was reading something for the first time or reading a genre for the first time. Like when you read a fantasy for the first time and you put all of these tabs for the world building and all the cultural things on the magic system. But after you read a lot of fantasy, there are things that you're like, oh, yeah, I get that. I've seen that a million times. I don't get it. I haven't seen it a million times. This is the first time for me. I'm freaking obsessed. I love it. Okay, I need to get on the treadmill. I need to get on a walking pad. My blood sugar's high. Let's keep reading.
Nice.
You take me higher than an airplane, insane, just to shoot me down again. Like I mean nothing to you. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Just like nicotine. You take me higher than an airplane. It's all so insane.
I walked for almost 2 miles. And I started this sprint, okay, saying, oh, I'm just going to read 2 pages so that I get to the 350? 350 mark. I'm at 356 now, 8 pages later, and I just stopped myself. I was like, can you stop it? Because Okay, without spoiling anything. Jan, we were right. We were right. We were right. We were absolutely 1,000% correct and literally exactly what we thought was going to happen. I mean, I don't know how it's going to end. I still have 50 pages left, but you know, nobody else knows what I'm talking about, but Jan, you know what I'm talking about. It's literally exactly what we said. So read it anyway, because that's at the end. But yeah, I'm very curious. And Winter just came back in the picture, and I am very intrigued. I'm sure Winter's going to have her own book because she's such a mysterious character, and I really like her. And I love the relationship between Willa and Winter, even though we've barely gotten anything from it. I love it. I love it. They're like a bitchy, but like so get each other. I love that. And there's something that we just found out about Winter that was so sad. Like, that shocked me. My jaw dropped. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming in a romance. Not at all. Anyway, yes, really enjoying it. I don't want to jinx myself, but the plan is to finish this tonight. I finished it. What is happening? You see this? These tabs? What? This is unhinged. Unhinged. I put them that way so that I would know where the actual tabs ended. And the superfluous, that's not the right word or the right way to say that word. Where the tabs that I need to figure out what I'm doing because I ran out of tabs. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the beginning and go to each tab. And then if it needs a different color than I thought, or I'm going to highlight, and then maybe some of the things just need a highlight and they don't need a tab. I don't know, because I ran out of tabs. I'm going to tell you right now, I really, really loved it. I loved it. And the bonus chapter that you get with Harvey, 5 stars. Literally, if that was a short story, 5 stars. 5 stars. I'm obsessed. Harvey is so sweet. And now I'm like, oh my God, are we going to get like a Harvey story? I doubt it. I doubt it. There's no way we're going to get a story with Harvey. But if we did, that would be awesome. I mean, at least have like sprinklings of Harvey throughout the books because I love him. I love Harvey. This is so good. I love it. I love it. That's all I have to say. I can't think of anything else to say. It's so good. This is the best romance I've ever read. I'm obsessed with this book. Okay. I finished redistributing the tabs. They look really good. This is the guide for it. Pretty simple. I was only going to have 2 colors. Obviously that did not work out, but I want you to know this looks like a lot, you know, this is a lot of tabs, but when I tell you I was being so frugal, because let me show you the amount of tabs that I removed. You're not ready. I'm going to give you a second to collect yourself. Okay. You good? Okay, here we go. What do you mean? That's crazy.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's crazy. What? Imagine all of that and all of this in the same book. What? Also, hi. I'm on Sprints with Gabby. But yeah, it looks so good. I'm so obsessed. 5 freaking stars.
Yeehaw!
Oh my gosh. Hi. Do you remember me from the intro? I'm back again to discuss what I thought about this book. Now, obviously, I've already said a lot of things, so I'm going to go into spoilers pretty quickly, but it is going to be demarcated in the chapters and everything down below, so you can skip that. Or if I'm parting ways with you here, then leave the blue heart emoji, the light blue and the regular blue, because obviously we have both going on here. But before I go into spoilers, I'm going to say that I'm giving this 5 stars. I truly feel like this is the first time ever in my life that I have read a romance book and I felt like I got it. I felt like I was one of you, one of the girlies, okay? Because I've read romance and really loved it. Have I given a romance 5 stars other than Magnolia Parks? I don't remember, but I've given a lot of 4.5s. Like, I love Part of Your World. I love the Love Theoretically. But anytime there's like sex in a book, I'm like either cringing, gagging, like any sort of sex repulsed feeling that I could have because, you know, I've beaten this horse to death, but asexual and aromantic. I feel like I need to say it so many times because so few people really understand what it is. But anyway, this is the first book where I was like blushing. I was giggling. I was like, oh my God, that is so hot. Yes! Like, would I rather die than it happened to me? Absolutely. But this, I got it. I was like, I get why people read romance. Like, I understand now. Now, obviously, this is like a peak, and I feel like I'm never going to hit this again. So it's like, oh, I was on this whole journey trying to find a win, and instead I found the Taj Mahal. Like, I'm not going to find anything better than that. So what I'm going to do is, Caitlin told me from Charlie's Chapters, if you didn't know, was like, oh, I really like when you go through and read what you tabbed. And I thought, isn't that boring for people? And she was like, well, if I really loved a book, I like watching people go through and talk about what they loved about it because it will remind me and I'll be like, oh my God, yeah, and that happened. And I realized I do love that because when I love a book, I want to see somebody geek out about it. I don't want it to just be like, I really loved it. Okay, have a nice day. No, I'm like, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go through and tell you what I tabbed in terms of things that I was like, that's hot. Now, I'm not going to read every single one, but I'm sure I'll end up reading damn near every single one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by color. And the first color that I'm going to do is the Willa and Cade. And that is the tab for, that is so freaking cute. That romantic, sweet romantic. I'm obsessed. Okay. So as far as the blue tabs go, the first one I want to talk about is, are you freaking kidding me? Literally the blue tab should just be, where did God create Cade Eaton? Like, where did he grow this man? Because I need to know what they're feeding the crops, okay? She smiles, and he smiles because she's smiling. And it says, and I feel like I want all her smiles for myself. How hard would it be to smile more, to laugh more, if it made her look this happy? Because he never smiles. And she made him smile again. Like, oh my God, tell me you're not in love. A man is thinking that? A giant grizzly cowboy man is thinking that? I think we found the one, ladies. Here's another, okay, classic, but it gets me every freaking time. I have quite a few of those, is Willa might be a bit of a psycho. I'm just not realizing that all these blue tabs have been Cade. Like Cade's perspective. Okay. Willa might be a bit of a psycho. After all, she did just push a child into the pool, which was so freaking iconic, by the way. But the more time I spend with her, the more I feel like she's my psycho. She's my psycho? That's hot. That's hot. Oh, I tabbed this one because it's her talking to her best friend Summer and saying like, I don't understand why he's always so crabby. Like, if I do the dishes, he gets crabby. If I cook food, he gets crabby. If I do the laundry, he gets crabby. And she's like, what do you mean he gets crabby? And she's like, he just keeps ranting about how I'm not the maid, I'm the nanny. And then she says, oh, but it's confusing because then he left me a note on the dryer that said, thank you for your help. It's really kind of sweet. Like, for Cade, I guess. Like, that's cute. He's like, you're not the maid. I can do the cooking and the cleaning. Like, I'm not asking you to do those things. I'm a grown man. I can take care of myself. And I was like, yes, daddy. Okay, this is another one of those, like, maybe it's a cheap shot, but it gets me every freaking time. The I've got you. And then, that's my girl. My girl. Love that. I mean, I don't know. It's little things, ladies. Oh my God. I freaking love this. This honestly probably should have been a favorite tab, but the whole like third act conflict, there's two different times where there's like a third act conflict and it's not a third act breakup because they squash that shit immediately. So she gets all butthurt because he's like, oh, it's, the label is just whatever is like not complicated for you. And she's like, oh, I wouldn't want to complicate anything by being young. So she storms off. And I shit you not, she storms off, let's see, right here. And right here, he's already back. He like busts down her door and is like, what do you think you're doing? He barks out. And I wrote, yeah, the crowd applauds. Don't play this high school shit. Say what you mean. And he's like, no, we're going to talk about this. And he literally busts in, woman, are you insane? You think I went 3 years without laying my hand on a single person to break my streak with one as exceptional as you? And then just let you walk away? Okay, this is blending. This one's a favorite, but listen, you know, we worked our way into it. I know in my bones that I won't want to let you go at the end of the summer, but I'll take what I can get because you're too fucking special to pass up. Fuck my promises. That's what I was going to say. I love healthy communication. Like, I love it. Oh my God, I love this. This is something I should have put as general because it made me laugh. But so they just had this like heart to heart conversation about how she's like, I'm going to come back. I'm going to stay. I'm not going to move. And it says that he sniffs. You okay? Did I overstep? Not at all. He clears his throat. Just got some dust in my eye. He rubs again. Cool. Yeah, me too. I say, giving him an exaggerated watery wink. That is so fun. Like, they're both crying and they're like, oh my God, no, like, totally, I have dust in my eye. Like, there's a twig, like a whole branch actually is protruding from my eyeball. I'm not crying. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, I put the tab on this like whole page where Cade and Luke, while Willa is away, like having her moment, you know, getting her thoughts together, they repave the driveway to look like the chalk drawings that Luke and Willa did on the driveway like 2 months before, and it's all like hearts and stuff, and they repaved it to be like stones so that it looks like the hearts that they drew. And then he says that like they put all their initials in the hearts, and it says like, oh, and this one's yours, and it says W-E. She goes, my initials are W-G, buddy. I know, but Dad made that one. I told him the same thing, but he said they wouldn't be for long. Man, just drop onto one knee. Just drop onto one knee. Like, we're already here. We're already at the wedding. The priest is me, and I'm officiating. I do. You are man and wife. Okay. Oh, I love this. I don't know why, but this line freaking got me. You were not a decision I made lightly. He's so serious for her. He's so freaking serious. Okay, those are all of the blue ones that I'm going to talk about. Hopefully I didn't include all of them because, good Lord. Okay, now we're going to do that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. And this is the most shocking one for me because I'm like, wow, am I really saying that? Yes, I am. Oh my God. The way they meet is that she goes to a coffee shop. He's behind her in line. He hears her laugh and he's so mesmerized by her laugh, and they bump into each other. And in her bag tips over and her underwear falls out, like panties fall on the floor. And he grabs them, not knowing what they are. When he goes to hand them back, he's like, oh my God. And it's like this really awkward moment. And she says, finders keepers. And just leaves. And it says, I have no idea what her name is, and I'm still here, ... holding her panties. And I said, talk about a meet cute. Talk about a meet cute. That's hilarious. Oh, and then of course, like 75 page mark, she brings it up again because he's like, has anyone ever told you that you're rude? I grin at him before turning back to the TV and cranking the volume. Says the guy who still hasn't given my panties back. Girl. Ooh, okay. He looks pissed, and the flutter in my stomach at how imposing he is has me wishing he'd take some of that frustration out on me. Okay, yes, ma'am. Willa Grant is a shit disturber, waltzing into my life and complicating it without even trying, looking all pleased with herself over it. With a wink over her shoulder, she shoots off, running from me. And something primal in me roars to life. I chase her. I could see it. I could see it. That's hot. That is cinematically gorgeous. Oh, listen, this one, I said this out loud to somebody and they were like, you're toxic. I was like, no, listen, Kate is not toxic, okay? Like, he's doing it for like the hotness of it. He's not doing it to be like domineering. So she won't shut up. And he says, keep talking like that and I'm going to fuck the filth right out of your pretty mouth.
These white men are dangerous.
What? She goes, excuse me? You heard me, Red. You keep barking at me like that, and I'm going to put you on your knees. Something. And blank your blank just to shut you up. Okay. Yes, sir. I heard you. Okay. No, I literally can't say that. I literally can't. I cannot say that. That you're just going to have to assume it was raunchy. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to be covert about this. The page 263, the ending of chapter 22, because I don't want to get kicked off the internet, but he says, what a dirty girl you are. I'm going to blank you up and you'll thank me for it. But first, Willa, I reach up and yank her panties down, taking a long look. But first, Willa, I'm starving. Laid her out like a fucking feast. That's crazy. Oh my God. Yes. I swear the things that he says are just like like you could just, I was physically reading it and I could hear the gruffness of his voice. I could freaking Okay. So he says something. He's telling her how she should pleasure herself. Okay. Like he's giving instructions. He said, blank, 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 blah, blah, blah. And he goes, let me tell you how it's going to be. Sir, let me tell you how it's going to be. I love that. I love that because she's so domineering and dominant, but likes getting dominated by him. And I was like, oh, I am obsessed. I love them. Okay, that is all of the really hot ones that I feel like I even can share. And now I'm going to tell you the favorites, okay? These are the ones that like, this really freaking stood out to me. Okay, this legit might be the best part of the whole book. It might be the best part of the whole book. It's on page 48. And it's when he's being an asshole and she's like, I thought you needed a nanny. I thought you needed somebody that you could trust. And he's a dick to her. And she's like, then I'm leaving. Bye. F you. And she goes to leave. And he's like, and he tells her, he says, stay. She responds, beg. Pardon me? You heard me. Her lips don't even twitch. She's not joking at all. Beg. That is so hot. Oh my God. My cheeks heat against my will. My heart thunders in my chest. She's got me so on my heels, it's not even funny. And then he begs. Begs. And then I'll go ahead and tell you that one that I tabbed for funny is that she is harassing him with all these texts. And he's like, oh my God, you're so annoying. And she says, remember that time you literally begged me to stay? Like the next day she's rubbing it in his face. Love that. So she's joking around with him and says, I'm pretty sure of the two of us, you're the one with the filthy mouth, Cade. And goes to like flip her hair and leave. His hand shoots between the metal panels, fingers hooking through my belt loop to hold me still, to keep me there as he breathes down onto me. You have no fucking idea, Red. Not the belt loops. Grabs the belt loops. If I were her, I would pass away. If I were her, I would pass away. I would literally cease to be alive. Okay, this is a favorite because, I'm sorry, this is going in my Goodreads review. Under the spoilers, this is going in my Goodreads review. This line, what? So, it's sexy times, sexy things happening. And he's watching her, and she's like, oh my God, he's like studying me. He's like feasting on me, Says, this should feel dirty, a bit playful. But it feels like worship and he's not even touching me. It feels like worship and he's not even touching me. Oh my God, this iconery. And I literally wrote, I need Willa's book ASAP, is when she's looking at Cade's hand and is like, yeah, it's broken, like you broke some bones. And she says, I can see on the x-rays there are some bone chips floating in there. We could do surgical repair. He cuts her off. She cuts me right back off with a pointed look. I'm still speaking. God, this woman is kind of terrifying. Admiration, respect, sexy. What? So she gets into the truck and Cade's immediate response is, did Winter say something to you? Do we like her? Do we hate her? Am I supposed to be mad at something with you? Because I will be if you are. Just tell me how to be supportive. And she thinks, fuck, he's sweet. What a ride or die. What a ride or die. This is the kind of loyalty that I'm begging for. Summer is a freaking poet, okay? So what Summer says is, it's okay to feel sad, Willa. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's definitely okay to need a couple days alone to digest. But you can overthink this too. You can turn it inside out until it looks like something different than what it is. What is it then? I don't even know. Summer rubs my back because she is some sort of angel sent to Earth, a better person than the vast majority of us. I don't know what it is, but from where I'm sitting, it's two smart, loving adults who are navigating a curveball in the best way they know how. It's two people who were both a little lost until they ended up on the same path and walked together for a while. Get that quoted, or get that tattooed. It's two people who are happier in each other's company than they are alone. Better together than they are apart. I think you just wrote your bridesmaid speech. I think you just wrote it. Okay, the other favorite moment. Harvey, the bonus chapter of Harvey. I swear I was legit tearing up. He deserves the world. And it's like him going on a dating app and meeting up with this girl, and she like doesn't like him. It's so sad. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. So the part that I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna fucking cry. Okay, so she's like, I thought you were a cowboy. And he's like, I was. Like, I still work on a farm. And she's like, so you're not like a rugged, you know. Okay, so you aren't actually a rugged cowboy? I smooth a hand over my dress shirt, looking down over my outfit again. The one I chose painstakingly, with Summer's help, of course. My hair slicked back. I even shaved. He tried so hard. It's so cute. No. It's like you're seeing a little boy go to like a dance for the first time. He bought a special outfit for this date because he wanted to impress her. That was so fucking cute. He better get a happy ending. Like, I'm sure he will, but like, I swear to God. Elsie Silver better do us right by Harvey. Because he's so cute. Okay, I would go through and tell you my funny and Luke ones, but this has already been so freaking long. So I'm going to cut it here. If you've gotten this far into the video, then leave the cowboy emoji. And let's see, leave the cowboy and the blueberry and the guitar, because his horse's name is Blueberry and Willa plays guitar. And it's about cowboys. Listen, you know, that'll tell me that you're a real one. Thank you so much. I'm going to swiftly outro this video because it has been going on for so freaking long. But I want to thank all of you for being here. If you want to sign up for my Instagram, sign up for my Instagram. Jesus, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you always could. I don't post that much, but I post my stories a lot. Anyway, I have my Goodreads and my Patreon link down below as well, which would be great if you could go and follow me on there. And I want to say that I hope that you are all having an amazing day, evening, night, dusk, dawn, whatever it is you're having, in whatever part of the world you are currently having it in. And I will see you in a video coming very soon. Bye.
Goodbye forever, you factory reject dildos.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next?